All right. So for those who may be hearing about the Empowernista for the first time, what is it? What does it mean to you today?
So, when you're growing up and you are trying to define yourself and you have all these different names that people call you and names that you choose to go by, and you might write all the names down. I mean, I remember when the movie Sparkles came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to be Sparkles, and all of the different names. As a poet, and I think a writer first, I've been writing my whole life. I think that's a huge educational piece when it comes to identity and voice and agency. And I always wanted to like coin a name for myself, right? So to speak. And when I first started doing poetry as a therapist, my name was Divine T because I would come in and I would drink my tea when I would write. And I also felt like it had two meanings, like divine tea and divinity. And I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I was a mixture between the two because I wanted people to see that although I know that God leads me, I'm a whole woman. So there's parts of me that you may not get, and that's fine. And I think that's the divine tea side of me, trying to be as close to divinity as possible, but oftentimes falling short. So Divine Tea became like this poetry name for me in sipping. As I used to say that my poetry was for the young and the old, like sip and sip it slowly. And then as I began to evolve, most recently during the pandemic, I lost my mother and my father. And my mom had this affinity towards coffee. Now I'm the tea girl. But I desired that connection because she was gone, and I knew that there was this spiritual connection with all of us. My grandmother would drink coffee, like coffee and tea is all about conversation. Okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
sit, drop some tea, sip some tea, let's have some coffee, all the things, right? And so I started having this strong affinity towards coffee because tea, I called you tea, Tiffany, Dr. Smith.
Uh-huh. It's growing
Um,
on me. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, wear it well, wear it well. Um, my mom used to tell me, Tracy, you can't drink coffee till you get grown. Okay.
Mm.
And my whole life, my mom called me little girl. Even in my 50s, I was always, hey, little girl, because you're always your daughter's, your mother's child, I guess. And so the coffee thing, was drinking it, but I wasn't drinking it. So when she passed away, I started drinking it even more. And I thought I
Mm.
was grown. So I drank it black, no sugar, no cream. And I started loving the smell of coffee and connecting to her with the coffee. We would sit on the phone and drink coffee and talk during her first cup. And because I empower women all the time, and I love coffee, I thought, man, I should be a barista. But because I'm not a barista, I'm an Empowernista. So
Mm.
I put the two together because I'm a sister. So sister, Empowernista,
Mm-hmm.
barista, it all comes together. So just like coffee, like wakes you up and keeps you strong, that's what I do as an Empowernista.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an evolution of me having a nonprofit over 25 years ago for girls called Sister Keeper, and now working with women focusing on wellness, letting them know that sis, you got this. So thus the Empowernista.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I
What an
can't make a long
amazing
story short.
story. What an amazing story.